I'm Judi Vitale with your weekly horoscopes at work. If you're working this week, it is the 4th of July in the middle of the week, so you could take the weekend before Wednesday, or you could take the weekend after Wednesday, or you could take them both, or you could be like me and not take any of it. Well, I'll get Wednesday off anyway, folks. I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous summertime on the 4th of July, okay? Now let me tell you about the week. The biggest thing happening this week as it occurs is going to be on Tuesday. We're going to have a full moon in Capricorn. The full moon in Capricorn allows us to look at what we have achieved. If you remember, we talked in the spring about getting things started and then about, continuing and spreading news about what it is that we've done and nurturing it. And now it's about reaping the rewards of what we have set out to do. So look at yourself and see where you are now. Did you get that promotion you were promised? Did you get that raise in salary that came with it? Did you get a job? Did you start a project that you think is going to set you on the road to some success? Really take a look and ask yourself and evaluate. And then ask, how can I do better? And do it, okay? Even if you've already done well. You can always do better. Then, with Mars moving into Libra, it's going to be a whole different thing. We have had Mars in Virgo for what seems like forever. Gosh, back in the winter and spring this happened that Mars went into Virgo. It was back in the winter, actually. And it has been there just grinding away. People who have Virgo and Sagittarius and Gemini and Pisces in their charts. And all of us, actually, because it's just been like work, because that's what Mars in Virgo does. Mars in Libra is a different thing. Mars in Libra brings out a sense of passive aggression. So you have to be very aware of the angry feelings that come up for you as you go through your life during the time that Mars is in Libra. I will be talking about this as an individual topic, but just as a note, Mars does go into Libra, and yes, it will hit off the Uranus-Pluto square. And on the same day that we have the full moon and we have Mars move into Libra, the moon will hit off that Uranus-Pluto square. Now, I don't know about you, but I have noticed a lot of things happening in the news, certainly. We've had the thing in Egypt, we've had the thing in this country with the healthcare stuff, and we have had also the ongoing saga of the Attorney General and Congress and them being at odds. So I think that there are a lot of things going on in the world, and we have Fukushima, and we have Syria, and it's just, in Europe, of course, all of the things that are going on. There's just so much to follow that some days we want to forget about it. But we can't, because these are the things that Uranus and Pluto are going to bring to our attention. In the personal realm, though, it's been very interesting. When the square first occurred, I noticed a lot of good news. Things that have been tied up for years, suddenly, wow, it got solved. How cool. Things that have been tied up for a long time, or things that were in question got solved. Yeah, really great, cool. And then toward the end of the week, when we had the sun kick off the Uranus-Pluto square, I got some bad news, some accidents, some sicknesses, things that I didn't expect that were not so pleasant to deal with. But as with all things, we can't do anything about what happens. We can only control the way that we react to it. So it's just best to try to stay as calm as we can and help those in need. Okay? So with that, I will tell you that the rest of the week is pretty easy. Except Wednesday, the moon's going to be void of course most of the day. There'll be a lot of chatter, Mercury and Uranus and Venus and Uranus, little flirtiness at those 4th of July parties, and that's fun. It's an okay time for a party, just it won't turn out the way you expect it. So if you think you're having some huge event, it might wind up small. If you're thinking it's going to be small, it might wind up being huge, or it might be even smaller. We'll see what happens there. On Friday, another day I want to call to your attention, the moon will go void, of course, at about 10 to 12 in the afternoon or late morning on Friday Eastern time, and stay there for the whole day. And then on Sunday we have a big long void of course moon period. So this is a time really for introspection when we have the void of course moon. And if you watch your daily horoscopes, I'll give you instructions about how you might approach looking at what's going on in your interior and how to refine it so that you can become the best person possible. Isn't that great? I hope that astrology will help you that way. If you'd like to have a private video reading with me, you can do that by going to readthestars.com and clicking on private video reading and following the procedure, and that will happen. And let's see, what else do I want to tell you? If you have any other questions, comments, theories, etc., you can send them to me at judivitale@readthestars.com.